Hi everyone, and welcome to your pre-recorded video for this week. I apologize for the last minute change and not being able to go live with you all. As most of you know, my daughter Claire is in Europe with her orchestra group, and we've experienced some travel difficulties, travel delays, and I was supposed to be doing this live, but I needed to be available to help with any arrangements and things that they were trying to do and arrange our schedule to go pick her up and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, I decided to just make this be a pre-recorded video so I could get it recorded at a time that worked for me and get it out there for all of you. So hopefully you will enjoy this in place of our live time on Thursday. So anyway, tonight I'm going to be showcasing for you the Gone Fishing bundle. Now, these cards I created for Father's Day, but I chose to not showcase them on a Facebook Live because the dies were not available for a very long time. The dies are now back in stock, and so you can now purchase this awesome bundle together, and I love it. I think I love the paper even more than I love the bundle, but you can get this bundle together for a cost of $49.50 for both of them. Okay, so very good deal on the Gone Fishing bundle. Now, before we get started, I need to do our Facebook Live winners from last week, and then I'll showcase a couple things that we're going to be giving away. So anyway, before we get started, if you shared my video last week, you got into the drawing, and we have two winners. Whoop, whoop. So the winner of the neutral sequence is Shelby Laverack. So congratulations to Shelby. Appreciate you watching. And then the winner of the ribbon is Kay Phelps. So congratulations to Kay and to Shelby. I almost forgot about that. Now, let me show you what we have up for grabs this week. And let me go grab them off my shelf. Go find a couple things. I forgot to grab a couple. So let me get them real quick, and I'm going to show you what is up for grabs. Now, since I'm doing this over YouTube, you can either share on Facebook or you can comment on the YouTube video itself, and that will get you into the drawing to win one of these two awesome prizes. So this next week, we have the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels and a bolt of the Balmy Blue and White ribbon. Okay, so those are the two things that we will draw a winner for next week. So we still do our sharing together. So anyway, back to our fish bundle. I wanted to get those out of the way as I was kind of working on bringing in the paper. So there's also some awesome designer series paper that goes with this bundle in an embossing folder. Now, the embossing folder is called Twisted Rope, and I love that. You're going to see me using that tonight on our cards. And then the designer series paper is what I even love more. It's so pretty, and this paper can be used with other bundles. So one side is definitely themed for fishing, but the other side is more of a masculine theme, so you can use it for so many different things and not just use it for the fish bundle. So I love that. And yes, the dies do cut out a couple of those fish. Let me show you a couple other designs here. You have the fishing lures here in Mossy Meadow, and on the back of that, you have the basic gray, or the maybe pebble path and vanilla color. And then we have this one right here, looks like this, and this one on the back of that. I love that one, looks like a map. And then we have this one with the fishing poles. So again, like I mentioned, at least one side is definitely themed for fishing and the other side is not. So you can kind of get an idea of how you can use this bundle in other ways, or this paper in other ways, and not just with the fish. So today our online exclusives, our Thursday I should say, our online exclusives go live, and that includes that awesome little truck bundle. And some of our artisan design people who get the product in advance so they can design with it and inspire us all, they paired that trucking along bundle with some of this designer series paper. So I think it was a great solution to be able to use this paper with that trucking along bundle. So online exclusives, we have some new ones that are available July 6th. We have a clearance rack refresh on Thursday as well. And we have bonus days. So how bonus days work is for every $50 that you spend in orders through the month of July, you will get a $5 coupon code that you can use for your order, off your order in August. You can apply those coupon codes over and over and over again. Well, not over and over again. I mean, you can apply more than one. So if you have $100 order and you have 10 codes, you can enter all 10 codes into one. So you don't have to do 10 separate orders is what I meant by that. You can't use them over and over again. I wish you could, but you can't. But you can use more than one at a time is what I meant. So anyway, the other product that I used on my cards for tonight that I paired with the Gone Fishing bundle are the dies called Nested Essentials. And these dies are just a bunch of awesome shapes that I used. So you have these awesome like rounded corner rectangulars. You have these like little diamond, they remind me of baseball bases. And then you have the banner pieces, and they're all stitched, so you get a really nice look to them. And I love them. Now, one of the dies that I'm going to show you, because this might be the first card that I create for you, because it's one of the ones that's going to take the longest. In the Gone Fishing dies, we also have this awesome die that makes it look like it's a tackle box. So you can add your like little fishing lures in there, all kinds of different things. So you have the great big one right here. But the one that I'm referencing is this one right here, where you can actually make, I'm going to bring it in because I'm going to be using this on one of our cards. It looks like a fishing lure, a box for you to put all your little fishing, or a tackle box for you to put your stuff in. So I love that one as well. Okay, so this was one of my classes that I did have offered during the month of June. I'm here to tell you it has officially sold out. So my classes are starting to become a little bit more popular. So if you see my classes and you like them, nab them while you can, because we are now working on July classes. July classes are opened up and registration will begin tomorrow with my Friday email. So if you have not subscribed to my email list yet, go to kimsbasementbunch.com and a pop-up will come up for you to join my mailing list. That is the best way to get all my information. Some of my July classes include the Zany Zoo bundle. I have a Christmas in July using the brand new online exclusive bundle that is the Horse and Sleigh. And then my third bundle is using the Bold Bouquet stamp set and dies. So anyway, don't delay. If you're interested in any of my classes, when you see them pop open, I definitely encourage you to nab them right away because they do sell out. Okay. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and get this this card going right here. So for this one, I chose to use the Misty Moonlight for my card base. And then I paired that with a layer of the Calypso Coral that is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And here's where you're going to see me use that twisted rope embossing folder onto the Pebble Path. And look at how pretty that looks. I just love that. Now these two we're just going to adhere together using some of our seal adhesive here. And then this is going to get adhered down to my card base. Now to save a little bit of time, I may not do all of the baker's or the linen thread on here, but you can see that I paired linen thread with this. The other embellishment I used are the brushed metallic, or the rustic, sorry, they're rustic, let me find a name. Rustic metallic adhesive back dots. So these carried over into the new catalog, but they were perfect for this as well. And then here is that awesome little tackle box thing that I've cut out. And I'm just going to add a little bit of our liquid glue around there as well. So let me get my glue open here. So those of you that have been following along, you saw that I posted that Claire's flight was canceled. She was supposed to be coming home on Thursday, flying from Paris into Chicago. And we got notification that it was canceled. And there's a group of 100 between the orchestra, international orchestra, and the international band. Now, what they do, though, is when they get to Paris, when they started their trip, they actually kind of part ways and go into different areas. But they traveled together as a group to get there. And so they wanted them all to travel home together as a group as well. So trying to rebook 100 and some people was not an easy task. And they also wanted it to be a direct flight because of all of their instruments and things like that and all their equipment that went with them. So she's now not coming home until Friday. So it's the same flight that she would have taken on Thursday. So we are now going to, we just found that out today. And so I didn't know for sure how it was all going to play out. So that's why you guys, I just decided it'd be easiest just to do this for all of you, because it just was a little stressed out with all of that and making sure she got home okay. All right. So anyway, but prayers for them as they make their travels home. We on Friday drive to Chicago, pick her up. And then she has to report back to Blue Lake on Saturday now. Was supposed to be on Friday. On Saturday for a rehearsal and concert for all of us parents. So really looking forward to that. So anyway, but totally rejuggling our lives has been a little bit tough the last couple days. Okay, so in here, I used some of the stamped images from the Gone Fishing bundle, and I just added those into, and there are dies for all of these, okay? So I just added all of these into, whoops, sticking to my fingers, into my little tray here, my little tray. So all of these little fishing lures, look at this one. This one I've actually got a fish on. Fish on, I like that one. Okay, and so from here, literally all I did, and I'm not going to actually, like I said, take the time to do all of them. I only have limited time, you guys, to get my video done tonight for you. But what I did then is I added, you can see here, I added some of the linen thread underneath here and onto the fish to make it look like it was being caught. Here I added a bow to the top of that lure. Here I just added a fish, and I did the little circular thing underneath here that I always do with my congrats on top. That congrats is indeed from the stamp set, the Gone Fishing stamp set. Stamp that with the Calypso Coral ink, and voila, you have a really cute card. Like I said, that's going to take me quite a bit of time to do, and I don't want to be on here too long for all of you tonight. So there you go. I also put out an email just tonight that I'm losing track of all my dates with the holidays though. So I'm telling you, I thought the 4th of July was Sunday. I'm not sure if any of you feel that way, but this week's been crazy. But I do also have a small little ordering promotion that I'm doing. Anyone who puts in a $50 order with me from now, I think it was through the next like 4 or 5 days, you're going to get some surprise mail in the, or I called it my happy mail in the mail, $15 value of stuff. I'm just not telling you what kind of stuff you're going to get, but it'll be cool stuff. And then plus that $50 order will qualify you for a bonus days coupon that you can then use during the month of August. So anyway, make sure that you check that out. Again, that was in my email that I sent out regarding all the excitement going on July 6th. Okay, my next card is this one right here. And this one I did for a retirement, but again, you could do it for anything else that you might want to use and do it as. So this one I chose the Pebble Path for my card base. Excuse me, guys, I got a tickle in my throat. And then I have here a mat that's 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to get a quick little drink of water, guys. Oh, much better. I hate that when you get a tickle. Okay. And then I used a little strip of this paper. So this is the paper that has the fish on the other side. I love that plaid. And it looks great mixed in with that mossy meadow. And so we're just going to do some adhesive and adhering all this down together. So we're just going to adhere this down to my card base here, and then these two we're going to adhere down. And then I did my designer series paper that is 4 by 3, and that is the lure fishing lures. And you can see I added some of that wild wheat color behind it. That wild wheat color is the color that is in this designer series paper. So again, maximizing my coordination that Stampin' Up! Does and makes it so easy for us to be able to create cards. And then these are just kind of off-centered a little bit like that. Okay, so we're going to adhere those two together. Again, using the same colors that are in the paper underneath. And I'm just going to adhere this down to my card at a little bit of an angle. All right, and then I use the Happy Retirement with the Mossy Meadow ink. These are those nested essential dies you can see here. It is a little rounded rectangular shape, which I love. I then stamped one of the fish from the Gone Fishing stamp set using the Mossy Meadow ink. Wet fingers, yep, that works great to smudge the ink. And then one of the lures here. And all you're gonna do, you can see I added some of that twine underneath of there. So the same thing, and again, I'm not gonna take the time to do that, but I added my Happy Retirement. And this I just actually kind of adhered right down onto the end of this, okay? And then the fish, I did the same thing with. I just added the fish on the end down here. So that way you don't have to worry about those two. Okay, so this whole piece is already done up together. And then you just add the twine. That is where I wrap it around my fingers. So I'm going to like wrap it around my fingers. Oh, that piece is too little. Like 3 or 4 times, okay? And I might need to have made it a little bit bigger, but you kind of get the idea. And then you just move them so that one is looks like it's coming out of the fish mouth, and one is by the I cannot say that word, but you guys get what I'm saying. Okay, so that was that one right there. But isn't that pretty? A neat little way of using the paper and kind of tying it all together. Okay, like I said, I know I'm going fast, but my to-do list is so long, you guys, that yeah, it's kind of crazy. All right, this card I thought would be great for graduations. Again, this was a class that I did in June, so it was perfect timing for graduations and things like that. Good things come to those who wait. And this is just, I use the dies. So the only thing fishing themed on here is the paper at the very top. So for this card, I chose to use the wild wheat for my card base. And I'm just going to fold that in half. And then I have a layer of, again, pulling the colors from this paper. I have a layer of the Misty Moonlight, followed by a layer of the Calypso Coral. Those alone, don't those just look nice together? So we're gonna adhere those together first. So here we go. So anyway, I'm just curious how many of you are thinking about ordering that amazing Trucking Along bundle. I posted about it on my Facebook page, and I worry it's going to get sold out fast. I'm really hoping that Stampin' Up! Has stocked up for that one, because I think it's going to be very, very popular. And I know that I'm going to get the question if I'm going to be doing a class with it, and absolutely, I'll be doing a class probably in August. That'll be my July or my August card class for Christmas. So absolutely. And I just can't wait to get mine and get it here and play with it. I should have also mentioned on these cards, I added in some of those rustic metallic, dots. You can see here, I added them on there, and on this one, I added them there. Okay. But yeah, I'm curious to see how many of you are planning to get that. So comment and let me know. And then also, if you get it, you should share in our Facebook group what you've created with it, because that, I think I said, it's going to be very popular. It's been hyped up a lot by many demonstrators and by Stampin' Up! So I'm hoping that it's going to be all it's cracked up to be, and that we can all design some really pretty cards with it. Okay, I'm now going to add some Designer Series paper to the top and bottom. These are cut 3.5 by 2.5, and it's the same piece of paper. I just cut it over on the, or put it over on the bottom. And then I added, since we didn't really want to add any ribbon to these cards because they're kind of masculine. So sometimes you just want them to look a little bit more masculine themed. I did add a strip to kind of cover that up right there where it meets, of the wild wheat. And this is just a little 3.5 by 3/4 inch strip that's just going to go across this and cover that up. So we're just going to go like that. And then these are the two shapes that I've kind of coordinated together. They're from the dies, stamped with the Misty Moonlight ink. Good things come to those who wait. And that's just going to go on here with some dimensionals. So again, a neat way of using the paper, using the nested essentials dies, and not really having a whole lot fish related. There is not a single fish on this card. So again, trying just to showcase a few things a little bit different, so that you can see that you don't always need to have fish on a card. All right, and then the final thing, I should probably have moved that up a little bit higher, because I forgot that if you don't push down too hard, it'll come right up. I'm gonna move that up a little bit because I forgot that I put a pretty big greeting down here on the bottom. And then I get it crooked, but you guys get the gist of it. I added congrats, again, pairing up two dies that coordinate together. And so I'm just gonna adhere those together and put that on with some dimensionals as well. So put a couple on there. Oh, it helps to take off the backing on that one. Like, why isn't that sticking? Oh, I didn't take off the back. Okay, and there we have congrats. So, topped it off with my embellishments here and down here, and a bow in the middle, and there is your awesome card. All right, card number 3. Okay, card number 4. This is probably one of my favorites, and I love how this one turned out. So one of the things with the stamp set is that for this piece right here, you have this the outline image, and then you have the solid image. So you can see here I stamped the outline using the Calypso Coral, and then used the Balmy Blue, oh no, Boho Blue, sorry, it was the Boho Blue, to stamp this on the inside to give it a little look. Used those colors to put my card together, and look how awesome it looks. Okay, I used Misty Moonlight for the card base on this one again. And then I have my layer of Calypso Coral that is cut 5 1/4 by 4, followed by my piece of Boho Blue cut 5 by 3 3/4. And then here's my piece of Designer Series paper. Now here's the other cool thing. I used the die to make it look like it's waves and cut this out. Isn't that cool? And this just goes underneath here like that. Okay. And then I wrapped around the twine. You can see I wrapped around the twine. So let's get some of this glued together here. So I'm just going to adhere these together. That's what makes it so easy when you don't have to go ribbon on all of them. I did go around this piece though, and I did add some ribbon to that. Now for this one, I am going to add a piece of adhesive along the top so that I can get this added to here. Like that. Kind of want to get it even on both sides. And then this is going to get adhered down to my card like this. And then we're going to wrap some of that baker's twine around it. Okay. So to do that, we're going to add a little bit of adhesive right along the back here. And all I'm going to do is take my twine here, my linen thread. I keep calling it baker's twine. Even when I go to order it, I've been calling it baker's twine. I don't know why. Needed to put adhesive down just a little bit farther. There we go. So I'm just going to wrap this around 2 or 3 times, making sure it sticks down really good as I go around the back. I think I did it twice, so I'm just going to go like that. Stop it right there. Cut that off. And because I got that all gluey and sticky on the back, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down to my card base. Like that. And then I did do a little bit of a double knot here, so I'm just going to double over my twine here, like this. Oh, what is wrong with that? There we go. And I'm just going to put both of these underneath here. And I'm going to tie this around and tie it into a knot is all I did. And then we can trim these off. So it looks like I went around that twice as well, but I really didn't. All right, and then we have here this awesome gadget. I'm not even gonna try to remember to say it right because I can't say it right. And this is going to go onto the card right here. And then what I did is I added some linen thread. Here you can see I added a little bit of adhesive to stick it down, and then I just kind of stuck it and tuck it underneath here. So even though that's glued down, you can still tuck it underneath there with a glue dot. Added that around there, and then added my happy retirement right here using some dimensionals. And I'm going to cut up some of these little ends that I have here. There we go. So we're just going to put, I'll do 4. Cut up the ends, and then I still use the actual dimensionals. That's okay. They're all cut up for my last card, right? Because I'm definitely going to be using them for the next card too. All right, and then this is going to go here like that. So while I don't actually have, like I said, a big ordering promotion tonight with my pre-recorded video, what I do have is my promotion that I announced through my email. So any $50 order that you place now, I think it was through, I don't know the actual date, I think I gave like 5 or 6 dates, you're going to get a $15 goodie bags, Happy Mail sent to you in the next week or so, and it will be a $15 value of stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to make sure you guys know that. And you'll also get emailed those coupons. Now, when you get those coupons emailed to you, you have to keep those codes. I cannot get them duplicated or resent to me or to you. So if you get those emails, save the emails or copy and paste the codes into a safe place, into a document or into notes on your phone or your computer, because those are the one thing that I cannot get for any of you. They're emailed to you and they're exclusive for you to be able to use. Okay. All right, so that is that card. Like I said, you would just add that on there, add the little embellishments, and voila. All right, my last card is a lot of layering, but I love the simplicity of this and how quick and easy it goes together. So for this card, I chose to use the Very Vanilla for my card base. And then I have lots of layers going on here. I have a layer of Pebble Path. I have a layer of Boho Blue. I have a layer of Calypso Coral. Yep, I'm going to keep going. And I have a layer of that awesome Designer Series paper with the fish on it. Okay, so we're just going to adhere all of these together. And I love the back of that paper a lot. But with this being the Gone Fishing theme, I had to do, I couldn't not do, you know, all of them fish. I have the one that's not fish themed, so I had to keep the rest fish themed. So yes, lots of layering, but I wanted to pull all the different colors out in that Designer Series paper. And I love how it looked when it all came together by me doing that. And with the color of the card base being the Very Vanilla, it just pops the Very Vanilla in there. Okay, this card I used one of those, I call it my baseball or diamond shaped pieces. This is going to go on with some dimensionals, so we're going to use some of those that I just cut into pieces here. So we're just going to add those on there. You can see how I added the baker's twine linen thread. All right, so we're going to add that to the middle. And then I just did the figure eights. What I did on that, I'm going to show you, but I'm not, well, I can actually do this one. We got a little bit of time. So this one, what I did is I actually wrapped it around my fingers. You can do 2 fingers, 3 fingers, however you want to do it to wrap it. That linen thread's got some weird different things in it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it around a few times, and I'm just going to cut it right here. So I'm just going to snip it. Yes, I'm using my left hand to snip it. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it where the two are together. I'm going to make my figure 8, and I'm going to stick this down here like that. Okay, makes my figure 8. And then I have my So Glad That You're My Dad, and that just gets stuck on there, and then I spread those apart. Okay, so I did add a little bit too much adhesive on there, but that's okay. I can rub that off later. So I'm just going to add a couple of dimensionals to that. Ta-da! And add this down here like that. Then we can spread this apart. And if you don't like how some of those little things stick up, you can cut them off. So that's what I'm going to do. You can always cut these down, and then you don't have to worry about them. Okay? And then we're going to spread these here as well. Ta-da! And like I said, I've got adhesive there that I really didn't need to, but you can rub that off. It'll come right off, or if you have an adhesive eraser, it'll come off as well. I added a couple of those rhinestones there, or those rustic metallic dots, and voila! Look at that card. So, so cute. All right, so let me bring in all of the cards that I created with you today, the actual ones that are all done. And like I said, I wanted to showcase this bundle for you a while back, but the dies were not available, and I hate to showcase something if you can't purchase it. The dies are now back in stock. I know I had a good handful of you that picked this bundle during my BOGO sale. Just know that if you've done that, they've all been ordered for you. You should have them soon. And I hope that you consider adding this bundle to your collection. It's a really nice one. And at least the Designer Series paper, because the backs of all that paper can be used for so many other things. And if you've been seeing samples of the Trucking Along cards that our designers did, with some of the designer series paper, that is what they used. So I worry that paper is going to start to go on low inventory here soon, as people realize that's the paper that they use to do those trucking cards as well. All right, first of all, I want to say thank you all so very much for your patience and understanding with me this last week as I navigated trying to figure out how to get it all done and get everything accomplished with trying to make sure my daughter could get home from Europe and us traveling to Chicago to pick her up. I think our lives get a little bit easier. I shouldn't say that and jinx myself. The month of August, after we have our county fair, which is in a couple weeks. But life will get easier and get better. But they always say if you want something done, you ask a busy person, right? So I guess that holds true because I'm managing to get most everything done with the thanks of all of you for your patience and understanding. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video tonight, and I will be back live with you all next Thursday. I know there's one more Thursday in July that I will not be live with you. I think it's the last Thursday because it is our, and I'll have to do a pre-recorded video fair week. That is our auction for, we have a large animal auction on Thursday night, and we have a small animal auction on Wednesday night, and I have Claire taking both chickens and pigs, and Natalie taking pigs and selling a quilt in another auction. So anyway, that week will be busy for me as well. But you know what? They're only little ones. I shouldn't say little. They're only at the age that they're at once to be able to do these things, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. So again, I always say family first, and I appreciate all of you understanding that as well. All right. Thank you all again so very much. I hope you've enjoyed these cards tonight, and make sure you take advantage of that ordering promotion that I have going on. A $50 order gets you a $15 surprise in the mail, and I'll be back with you all next week. Bye, everyone.